Alrighty then, if you can have your, can you hear me now? Yes, no, maybe? Kinda, sorta? Oh, thumbs up, okay, good. If you can have your attention for just a little bit, we need to point out some safety features for you on our Boeing 737-800 series aircraft. This one, in order to fasten your seatbelt. Nope, not that one. Safety information card, I apologize. Safety information card is located in the seat back literature pocket closest to you. Take it out and check it out and read it before you need it. This is your open book test, and we only give the answers once. This is your seatbelt. In order to fasten it, slide the flat end into the buckle, pull the loose end to tighten. To release it, lift up on the buckle. The seatbelt should be worn tight and low across your hips. Must be visible at all times while seated. We have 8 ways off the aircraft today if we have an emergency. That's 2 forward exit doors, 4 overwing window exits, 2 rear exit doors. Lighted signs on the ceiling, glow-in-the-dark markers on the floor lead to all exits. In the unlikely event of a water evacuation today, leave everything and follow all flight attendant commands. Once again, leave everything and follow all flight attendant commands. Only return to the seat to remove the vest if told to do so by a uniformed crew member. Once given the command, reach down and pull the red tab, take out the vest and place it over your head. Wrap the black strap around your waist, buckle it in the front, and pull the loose end to tighten. Once outside, and only outside, pull the red tab at the bottom for automatic inflation. If that doesn't work for you, you type A personalities, blow into that red straw on your shoulder and fill it up for yourself. The vest is equipped with a light that comes on automatically upon entering the water on the opposite shoulder. My new flight attendant friends are going to be coming through the cabin to check to make sure your seat belts are fastened. Seat backs and tray tables are in the full upright and locked position. And all the carry-on items you brought on board that did not make it into the overhead bin are underneath that seat in front of your feet, so the area around your feet from the window to the aisle does remain completely clear. Smoking is never permitted aboard any Southwest Airlines flight, folks, especially in the lavatory. Federal law does prohibit tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors in the aircraft lavatory. And federal aviation regulations do require that you comply with all of our lighted information signs, all of our posted placards, and all of our crew member instructions, especially on seatbelts, smoking, and that new mask mandate. If you feel it necessary to take a smoke break on this 2-hour flight down to Florida, do those of us that don't smoke a big fat favor and step outside. And while we never anticipate a loss of cabin pressure, folks, should one occur, 4 oxygen masks will fall from the compartment above your head. Reach up and pull down on the mask until the tubing is fully extended. This will activate the flow of oxygen. Take off the mask you're currently wearing, replace it with the mask that came from the ceiling, secure it with the elastic strap around your head, and just breathe. Don't worry about the bag going up and down, the oxygen will be flowing. Do not discontinue the use of the mask unless told to do so by the aforementioned uniformed crew member. If you're traveling with a child, someone needs extra time or assistance, make sure you put your mask on first before rendering assistance to that other party. Sit back, relax, and enjoy your flight. Thanks again for choosing Sierra Southwest, folks. Welcome aboard. Please do remember to keep that mask up on top of your nose and covering the bottom of your chin at all times while on board the aircraft. Folks, we have reached an altitude at which you can now turn on and use your larger improved portable devices. Any of your devices that require cellular or radio transmission to function is prohibited from use on board the aircraft except for game and airplane mode only. And internet phone calls are expressly prohibited on board the aircraft. Although you may see your flight attendants up and about and give performing their service duties, we need you to stay seated with your seatbelt securely fastened until the captain feels it safe for you all to be up and about and turns off the seatbelt sign, which is located directly above your head. Until that time, please do stay seated with those seatbelts securely fastened. Once the seatbelt sign does go off, however, there are 3 lavatories on board. 1 in the front with a changing table and 2 in the rear of the aircraft. Due to heightened security, folks, there is never, ever, ever any standing or forming of lines in the forward aisle or galley area at any time for any reason. If the lavatory is occupied, please take a look for the red X on the ceiling just above the first couple rows of seating, which will be your indication to stay seated until the party inside returns to their seat before we approach the front. We are going to ask that if you are traveling Alright folks, do me a big favor and keep those seatbelts fastened. I just heard about 4 of them unflipped. Keep that seatbelt fastened until we arrive at the gate, please and thank you. On behalf of Southwest Airlines and this flight crew, we'd like to be the first to welcome you to Fort Myers, Florida. Please do remain seated with your seatbelt securely fastened. Seat back tray table in the full upright and locked position. Make sure all of your carry-on items stay right where they are, especially those in the overhead bin. It is okay to retrieve your cell phone and put those on at this time, as long as you don't have to unfasten that seatbelt or go into the overhead bin to do so. And if you have moved anything from under the seat in front of you, shove it back under the seat until the captain pulls the plane to the gate. The plane stops and the seatbelt sign above your head goes off. Once that seatbelt sign does go off, be careful opening the overhead bins or items have shifted and they could fall out. If you're making a connecting flight here, double check the TV monitors in the terminal for your flight and gate information. If you're continuing on with us to Denver, and this is your flight number, double check your itinerary to make certain that you don't have a second boarding pass, which means you'll need to catch a different flight. But if you are continuing on with us to Denver, stay seated as best you can, standing on to let the locals deplane. Once all the locals deplane, Miss Lindy will come from the back and make a count. Once we get an accurate count, we'll let you know it's okay to stand, stretch, use your lavatory, what have you, but until that time, please do remain seated. If this is your final destination, you all go out, buckle up, be safe, be kind, come back again, see us real soon, we'll fly more. Please remember to keep that mask up over the top of your nose and underneath the bottom of your chin at all times while on board the aircraft, including our boarding and deplaning processes. And as long as you're in any terminal that Southwest Airlines services, we would greatly appreciate that. Thanks again for sharing a short part of your day with us. Welcome to Fort Myers. Wait for it. Wait for it. It don't mean a thing if you don't hear that ding. Sit down, sit down, sit down. Be still, be still. Okay, there it is. See you later, bye. Doors for arrival, cross check.